What's up, coaches? Hope you guys are doing well. Here's our video for Wednesday. So for the warm-up today, we're going to take a slightly different approach. What we're going to do is go through 2 coach-led rounds, and this is mainly to address the split jerk. So what we're going to do is still open with the deadlift. It's the centerpiece of the day. Talk about how it's going to be used in the confines of your 3 tracks, and then we want to discuss the split jerk. Now, in round 1, what we want to do is press from split. So we want to see what people's split position looks like and have the opportunity to kind of gauge the room at that point. And then you'll go through the PVC hopovers, go back to the deadlift, have them do another 10 reps. They can do a PVC or empty bar. And then round 2, now we're going to add speed to that split jerk position with the PVC. All right, so just to be clear, round number 1 is press from split. So I'll have PVC in hand, establishing split position, and we're pressing from that split position. All right, and then round number 2, we're actually doing the 1 second pause in the dip, 1 second pause in the receiving position, and then recover for 5 reps. What it also gives you an opportunity to do is to show the scale for those that are not ready to put speed to that split position. All right, so if they're struggling to get into that spot, they're still getting a feel for it, they're getting a feel for moving in a fast twitch way in general, then it's not right for them to move directly into that dynamic split jerk. We want them to do the press from split for the duration of the entire day. That would also be what they would use during the actual strength component with their dumbbells. All right, so moving to the warm-up 2 times through in that fashion, and then set them off on their 10 minutes. You guys have likely noticed we've had time to go past that 10 minutes just a little bit. All right, if you see that it's clear that people are not built up to their working load, give them a couple extra minutes, whether that's before you introduce the double dumbbell split jerk or before, whatever it may be. Allow people to build up and warm up, as this will be a heavy day for the deadlift. So this is an exact replica of what we did last Tuesday, the combination of the deadlifts for each track, and then the combination of, with the double dumbbell split jerks. All right, the centerpiece is the deadlift. We're focusing on the deadlift. We want to train the split jerk for speed and position, and we're incorporating that 1 second pause in the dip position and in the catch position. All right. It should be light enough to where what you want people to do is fix themselves when they're in the middle of the movement. All right, because it's not super heavy, they're gonna pause in the dip, and then when they catch, if they find themselves too far forward, or they find themselves too straight-legged in the back, whatever it may be, it should be light enough to where they can say, okay, shift this and soften this. All right, now I'm good, and recover. All right, so it's your job to point out exactly what they need to work on, but then it should be light enough to where they have the ability to fix that component when they catch, and then say, okay, here's where I'm supposed to be, and then move on. All right, so remember, we're gonna scale to dumbbell press from split. That's mentioned in the fitness health track, but that's the scale for everyone if they're not ready for the dynamic style split jerk. All right, the workout today, we have a 10-minute AMRAP. This is going to be aerobic power, muscle stamina. We want pacing, controlled breathing. We want to stay steady over the course of the 10 minutes. Great quality, minimal breaks. Double unders, our goal is around 30 seconds. We want to scale to fit that. You've got your list there underneath the scaling and movement goals. Single arm swings, love this movement. It really takes people's bad habits and tendencies with the double arm swing and exposes them. So if they're a puller, meaning that they pull with their back or they pull too hard with their arms, when they get one hand on that bell, it's going to be really, really exaggerated. So we want to really stay relaxed through the hand and the elbow, meaning that we're not gripping super tight. We're staying relaxed. We're tucking tight. We've got fast hips, and then we're letting that thing float. Butt squeezed, abs down and tight. Shoulders should be directly in line with the hip. You're going to get a lot of this. Pull, pull. Shoulders back behind the hip, clearly overextended. and using a lot of forearm and shoulder to lift the bell, all right, along with that lower back. Pop, enjoy the top. Pop, enjoy the top, all right? The next movement, read through your, the single arm swings, read through your parameters there and exactly what you're after. And then the Renegade Rows, we're going to be using a single dumbbell, all right? So equipment will be jump rope, single dumbbell, and single kettlebell. So we're using a single dumbbell. That means we're going to do 4 Renegade Rows on the right, 1, 2, 3, and then Renegade Rows on the left. So we'll have to like move over, pass the dumbbell over, whatever it may be, and row on the opposite side. Wide base if needed, meaning that the feet don't have to be like they're doing a really tight, steady push-up. They can widen the base of their feet for stability. Straight line shoulder to hip. The biggest thing that happens when people do Renegade Rows is they get that butt up in the air and then the wrists go outside of the shoulders. We need everything in really, really good alignment, straight and tight. Move to body weight. So we can lighten the load or move to just body weight. So let me show you kind of what I'm referring to here. Is we would prefer a body weight repetition that looks like this. Tucked pelvis, Renegade Row for 1, Renegade Row for 2, as opposed to using weight and having the hips up in the air and rowing here. Straight tight line. If you need to deload to body weight, do so, or even elevate the athlete onto a box if needed. All right. So run a primer here. You really want to see the swings in action. You want to make sure that it fits the 10-minute pacing that they're able to do with good technique. Same case for the Renegade Rows. Logistics here, strength, you guys are on point. You guys know what's going on with this. And then logistics should be relatively easy for the workout itself with just the jump rope and the single dumbbell kettlebell. Hope you guys have a great day. See ya.